Some women mistake early signs of pregnancy as having acute illness like malaria, and because of that they take malaria drugs. And I have seen people that their babies became deformed after taking malaria drugs. On today's video, we'll be focusing on the early signs and symptoms that a woman can feel before she misses her period. I am nurseOly, and on this channel we talk about things that has to do with the female reproductive system, care of your newborn, and parenting skills. I am also a registered nurse midwife. Please kindly like and subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed, and if you are a returning subscriber, I am very grateful. So now let's go into the signs and symptoms. Number one on this category is implantation bleeding. If you had intercourse during the time of ovulation, it is possible that your egg is going to be fertilized. Now, if that egg is fertilized, it is going to travel down into the womb, where it is now going to stay there and embed itself and start growing into a bigger baby. So now, in the process of traveling down into a womb, it may last like some days, like 6 days, 7 days, or even 10 to 14 days, but usually on the average of 6 to 12 days. So now, when it now reaches that womb where it is going to embed, it is going to develop something that seems like a finger-like projection that is going to use and attach itself to the walls of your uterus, that's to the walls of your womb. Now, when it attaches itself there, for some women, not in all women, there is going to be a release of blood. Some blood vessels may be close to that area where it attached itself. This process of this egg that has been fertilized implanting itself into the walls of your womb is what we call implantation. So now, when this implantation happens, there is a blood that is usually, that will usually come out. But actually, this does not happen for every woman. Okay. So, but when it happens in your own case, it can happen for like some hours to maybe a maximum of 3 days. Now, you may be wondering, how am I going to differentiate this from menses? How you're going to differentiate it is simple. That number one, it does not last as long as menses, okay, as your menstrual period. Then number two is that it is not as heavy as your menstrual period. Now, the second sign and symptom is cramping. Yes, it is common for women to experience menstrual cramps, cramps when they are in their period, but this one is not going to be as severe as the menstrual cramp you experience. Because of the little changes that is happening inside the womb is going to feel a little bit irritated or a little bit tensed up, and then it will try to squeeze itself, and you will now experience some cramps. Like I said earlier, these signs and symptoms can vary from woman to woman. So these are just the things that can be happening to you, and you will just be picking in that who knows, though, maybe thing don't enter. The third one is darkened areola. Your areola is the part of your breast that is usually darker in color. It surrounds the nipple. So that's that darker area that surrounds the nipple. Now, if you are pregnant or if you have high levels of progesterone in you, one of the earliest signs and symptoms that, in fact, is even more common in most women, is that place will now become more darkened. So this is just one of the signs you can look at. Maybe when you are doing your breast self-examination, like every woman should be doing monthly, you can observe that there are changes in this areola color. Then another one is that there can also be breast tenderness. That's our next point. There can be breast tenderness. Have you watched Nigerian movies where mothers will be, maybe they want to check if their daughters are pregnant? They'll just press her breast like this. They'll just push at her breast like this. That's because it is expected that in early pregnancy there are some symptoms that a woman may be having. It's not every woman that has it, and this breast pain, breast tenderness is one of them. Vomiting and nausea is our next point. Well, vomiting and nausea for every woman is not the same. Like for me in particular, when I was pregnant with my first child, I didn't vomit. Like I didn't vomit at all, even till I gave birth to that baby. So it could be the same for you. Now, the next point is food aversion. You know, because of this progesterone, pregnancy hormone, your body is just going to be doing somehow, and you may not like what you used to eat before. All of a sudden you don't have appetite. These are very early signs, and these signs can even prolong even till second trimester of your pregnancy. Another one is when your basal body temperature, that your BBT, when it rises. Now, for some women that are going through fertility journey, it is advised for you to take your basal temperature. We use it to track ovulation, possible ovulation time. Now, how you take your basal temperature is that, let's say, every morning when you wake up, before you start doing one or two things, you try to take your temperature, you know what it is. So now when you take your temperature around this period and it's on the high, there is a high level, like higher than it used to be, this could be a sign. So now only BBT, this particular symptom, cannot prove that maybe you are suspecting pregnancy. So you have to just kind of link one or two indices, other signs and symptoms that I've mentioned before, to help you know. So I will always advise women, don't rush to take malaria drugs. Like I said earlier, some people, they will have headache, which is also associated with pregnancy. They will have this increased body temperature and some other things that I will still mention. They will rush and do what? And start taking malaria drug. No, malaria drugs are not good for you to take. Why I'm mentioning malaria is because I'm in the part of the world where malaria is common, and it's something that we can all, just go there, get the drug, and we take. So that's why I'm mentioning. And because I have seen a woman that it deformed her fetus, her child. Okay, so I just want you to take note of that. Don't rush to take drugs. It's not good. If you must take any drug, I will always recommend you to take folic acid. Like folic acid, you can never go wrong with it. It is very good for your reproductive system, and it is recommended that if you want to get pregnant, you can start taking folic acid as early as 3 months. Yes, because folic acid, when it is in your system, it is going to help to prevent early deformity that can happen to your baby, especially when it has to do with the brain and the spinal cord. So I'll advocate you take your folic acid. Another point that we're going to look at is frequent urination. You will just notice that all of a sudden, you have been taking the same amount of water you used to take on a regular basis, but just all of a sudden you are now urinating more. Well, that is because there is now increased supply of blood flow to your kidneys, to your reproductive system, and all of that. And because there is increased supply, there is going to be increased excretion. So that is why you have a baby that is growing, there is now increased supply of blood, and that is why you're going to be having a fuller bladder. Another point is your sense of smell. You're going to have an altered sense of smell. This one practically happened to me when I was pregnant for my second baby. There is this air fresher my husband bought, that we kept it in the parlor. So I think I used to like this air fresher, but all of a sudden, each time I come into the parlor, I start feeling irritated. Like I just can't stand it. And because I was having this altered sense of smell, I started spitting. Okay, I started spitting. This is before I even missed my period. That's before it was time for me to miss my period. So I started spitting. So now for some women, you can have altered sense of smell, sense of taste. Is things will now be testing somehow to you. You always say, I have malaria. That's what you would think. That's the first thing you think you have. It is malaria. Okay, but please just calm down. No go take malaria drug like I said before. So now when you have this, just suspect that maybe you are pregnant. Another point is increased cervical mucus. For some women, not all women, they have an increased production of cervical mucus. It is not so thick, it is not greenish in color, just normal and cervical mucus, but it is now going to increase, and you will be like, this thing is coming out, or which one is happening? I think I've passed my ovulation. what are all these ones I'm seeing, and all of that. Now, I think I have given you some of the signs and symptoms that are going to help you to add up together. But I want to tell you that the earliest time for you to do your pregnancy test is at whenever this implantation has happened, and this can happen from a range of 6 days to 10 to 12 days. So but I will always recommend you to do your pregnancy test like 14 days after you had sexual intercourse, because if your egg has implanted by then, certainly it's going to read positive. But if your egg has not implanted by then and then you go to do this test, it may read negative and you think that you're not pregnant when you may actually be. So that was why I was saying just stay like 14 days after your previous sexual intercourse, then you can check it. I have come to the end of today's video. Please like and subscribe to my channel. It will help me to grow and encourage me to make more contents for you. Also suggest topics you would want me to create content on. You can also go and watch my other videos on how to overcome pain during sex for women. Bye.